What up, y'all? Yo, before this next video, I feel like I've been coming to y'all with a lot of technical difficulties. It is not intentional. We're going to be back on track. But in this video, the camera we were using took a little bit of like a gangsta lean. So the cropping's a little weird. Just a heads up and apologies. All right. Haunted Mansion. We just watched it. Thank you to Grand Shuckett. Stick around to hear a little bit about them at the end of the video. They do reviews like us. But yeah, we watched this movie. From the moment I saw it, and I saw it was based on another Disney ride, I had a good feeling about it.
Right.
Because we had Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
We had Jungle Cruise with The Rock. I don't know if you saw that with The Rock and Emily Blunt.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Johnson. Apparently, I need to stop calling him The Rock. That's his wrestling
He's still
name.
The Rock.
But anyway, yeah, and both those movies were good.
Always
So,
The Rock.
I was like, Haunted Mansion, another ride. Let me get it.
They've done this before.
Yeah, and
this
then,
this is not the 1st Haunted Mansion movie. They did. Eddie Murphy had a Haunted Mansion movie.
You know what he did?
Yeah.
Now that you mention, I remember that. I do not remember the movie at all.
I don't remember the movie at all.
So I have to watch it.
Yeah.
It was made by Disney?
I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch it. But anyway, yeah, you'll be busy watching Face Off.
Oh my gosh, coming soon.
Yeah. Anyway, So then this one also had a pretty star-studded cast. We had a guy Lakeith Stanfield,
Yes.
Tiffany Haddish,
Yes.
Danny DeVito,
Yes.
Owen Wilson.
Yes.
They even had Jamie Lee Curtis in there.
Yeah.
Jared Leto made an appearance.
Yes.
Sam Minaj. So we had some pretty good stars. And
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. I can't believe I forgot
like
about
the
her.
main
She's one of the main characters.
character,
Yeah.
Ahsoka herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So I mean, in my opinion, it was fine. It was okay. But we're gonna talk about it. Jovi, you go first, my friend.
All right. We always talk about the bad first with me. It's too long.
Mm-hmm. You were looking at your watch quite a bit, or your phone quite a bit. Yes.
It's too long. Yeah, my watch died. Too
and
long.
it's less than 2 hours, but it felt long. I agree.
Right. Yeah. It was funny because I have this weird thing about time, and I go into these movies, almost every single one, not knowing. Like, I didn't even know Oppenheimer was 3 hours long. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But then the guy sat next to me, he's like at all the. We need to get his information to see. Like, I want to see his reviews, because he was like, this movie is like 2 hours long, and I was like, ugh. Why would you say that out loud?
Mm.
Because now I'm going to be thinking about it being 2 hours long. I didn't. I just truly the scenes were drawn out to, kind of, they were telling a story. This movie covers a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a negative. That is not a negative. It was just the length of the movie, because they could have cut out a lot of details. They really wanted to bring you into the experience, and I understand why they were doing it. And that kind of goes into, that's really my only bad. Like, Tiffany Haddish in the beginning really wasn't funny, but then about halfway through the movie, she got hilarious. She's a pretty funny comedian, in my opinion.
I agree.
I do not like her in films. Like, similar to Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart on stage. I don't like his movies. I don't like how it's like she really wasn't playing a character. It kind of felt like Tiffany Haddish making a joke on Fortune Teller. And that was my only drawback to characters.
I agree with Kevin Hart, but I do like Tiffany Haddish in some of her movies.
Some of them. I'm not all. But again, with this, it was just like, it seemed like somebody else was writing. It's like, I could be completely wrong, but it seemed like somebody else was writing her stuff in the beginning, and then somebody else started writing, or she started writing, because it was more natural, or they let her. Well, we know actors can't do this anymore. Improv. That's part of the strike. So it really felt like she was doing improvisation, and then I go into stuff that I loved. there was like little quips and little things that were being said in the background. So like you really were listening. It's like, again, you're in an experience, like you're with them during this film. This would be scored 2 points higher if I was a kid. This is a great kids movie. It's not too scary. It's a little suspenseful. Kids nowadays are way harder than we were, because I feel like this is like, Are You Afraid of the Dark type. Like this would probably would have gave me the creeps a little bit. But it shows a kid being very strong in the end. And then it's like all the other characters are pretty likable. Like, you know, you would look up to them as adults, right? It's a Disney movie. It's a straight up Disney movie. Through and through. There was some cursing in the beginning, which I was very surprised at. It's like I said, the beginning of the movie had a different tone than when they all come together. They basically form an A-team to hunt these ghosts. Yeah, I guess if you want to say that, or like figure out what the heck's going on in this haunted mansion. I love that the mansion had aspects from the ride. Every other scene was something from the ride. And if you're going to do this, that's how you do it. Because I love the Haunted Mansion. As if you saw on Instagram, we posted that I loved this ride. And it felt like we were on a ride.
I've only done the ride one time, and I don't even really remember it that well, but I'll get to it later, but go ahead.
Yeah, the last scene was legit like a part of the ride, to say the least. Well, one of the last scenes, it's like second to last scene. So it was cool. Yeah, I like the movie. It's just, for me, I probably would never watch this one again unless Nasir wants to go see it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I don't got much. I really don't have a lot for this one. It's a good kids movie, and it held my attention, but I definitely thought it was too long.
All right, so you hit on some of the stuff I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to run through this. I'm going to start with the good, because my good is actually very simple.
Oh, the music was good, too. But it's Disney. Of course they're going to have good music.
So I actually liked the cast.
Mm-hmm.
I liked what I was saying is I don't really remember the ride, but there are definitely pieces from this movie that just felt like authentic.
Yes.
To what I remember. So I did like that. I love the attention to detail. And I actually didn't mind the story that was told either.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did mention the cast, yeah. And then I think, like you said, the horror aspect, or I guess the scary aspects.
Yeah.
They weren't that scary, so it was good for kids.
Right.
But that's a double-edged blade. So I mean, that's all to say. I think the movie is okay, but there are, I'm gonna maybe 2 or 3 big things that didn't work for me. And I think the main thing is I'm not trying to disrespect the director, because I know I couldn't direct the film, but I think this shows the difference in direction and editing, because the movie, as I'm watching it, I'm like, I should be enjoying this a little bit more than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the way characters, like, I mean, all the actors did what the script told them. I mean,
exactly.
And to your point, like there are some lines that just seemed improvised.
Right.
And I think a director knows, like, oh, that's good, let's keep that, or no, let's cut that.
Right.
Or, when a scene's going on too long, a director's like, okay, we got to change this up, so let's cut that.
Definitely clean that up.
Yeah. And there are just certain, I think this just shows a difference, because I feel like if this was directed by someone else, and the exact same script were given, we'd get a different type of movie. Obviously, because they all have their own vision. Like, I was actually expecting this to be a little bit more adult, like Pirates of the Caribbean, but it was very, very, very kid-like. Yeah. I think that, and that's probably why I know I'm not the target audience. This is why I'm not trying to be super harsh on it. Even though I thought I was. But then also, and maybe this goes to direction too, the tone of the movie it was a little all over the place. Because, like you said, it's for kids, but then there are adult things, like the main character, Lakeith Stanfield. Excuse me. He gets very emotional about his dead wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like very, and that's something that's like, yeah, kids aren't really gonna care about that.
No.
That's an adult thing, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't balance very well, in my opinion.
We weren't sitting near any kids for me to like get that feeling, but we were sitting next to all adults, and it was just like even the people in front of us were just like, oh, like it really took a turn, and I was sitting there, and I'm like, damn, like,
Yeah.
he's like, he had an emotional like performance,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah, like he
Well,
really gave a performance.
yeah, it's like no one's going to give him credit for that in this.
But and the other
Kids movie.
but then there was the other thing. As emotional as it was, it didn't really feel earned. Again, and maybe it's a direction. It's just these people came together,
Yeah,
and I love this group together,
Right.
but it just, I don't know, it just kind of felt like pieces were put together, but they didn't really mesh well.
mm-hmm.
And then at the end, when they start talking about how they're great friends or whatever, it just felt like because the scenes went on a little too long, and because the scenes didn't seem to interact with each other in, I guess, a natural way. At the end, when they're all friends,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I get that you spent all this time together, but I really didn't feel you connect.
No.
And then the last thing has to just do with the I know it's a kids movie, but I can't get over the plot of like the main bad guy. So like not to give big spoilers, like, but so there are ghosts, and then there's a ghost that haunts the ghosts, right? So the ghosts haunt, and there's a big bad that haunts the ghosts too, and it's just, his plan was stupid. Like, let me just say that, like, if the goal you want is basically, so I mean, you see in the trailers, like, they're trapped in the house, right? Even though they can leave. So his plan, if it's to trap you in the house, he just went about it in a very convoluted way that made no sense.
Yeah, and it shifts in the middle too, where he like, this is kind of a spoiler. He kicks people out.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
he kicks you out,
Yeah.
but he wants you back.
Yeah.
It just it doesn't. I feel like there are certain scenes in there that just don't make sense, and maybe it's because it's for kids. They just they're like, it doesn't really matter, and so I'm not gonna kill them too hard on that. It just, when you think about it, it was pretty dumb.
There's no the target audience is not going to sit up here and do what we're doing. So.
Right. So yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I think it was fine, and I'm a Jovi. I don't think I would probably watch this again.
No.
Like even as like background noise, I'd probably put on something else. So that's it for me. Like I said, I think this is fine. I'm probably gonna give this one a 3 out of 5. What about you?
It's a 3. It was an easy 3. I was just like, cool. This is cool. That's it. It was just like,
Yeah, pretty average.
it was like good job. It's and for Disney's productions and like how much they put, I know they put a lot of money into this.
I mean, the cast alone.
The cat, yeah. I mean, they had Danny DeVito. That's it, y'all.
That's it. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. If you like this, you can check out our other reviews, and please go ahead, hit that little subscribe button and the bell. That way you'll know when we post new stuff. Thank you as always for watching, and until next time, we out.
Deuces.
Shout out to our friends over at the Grand Shock It. They really do hold it down, and if you don't know who they are, you will definitely want to. So go check out their website at thegrandshockit.com. There you will find all you will ever need in the world of anime, manga, TV shows, movies, books, comic books, video games. They have it all in one nice, simple, consolidated space. They post written reviews on all that stuff, and they have several hundred episodes of podcasts that are, quite frankly, hilarious. So go ahead, check out their website. Again, thegrandshuckit.com. And also give them a follow on Twitter. That way you will never not be in the know.